Dun, 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 dun. I am so excited to show you guys this entire collection. Seriously, I cannot even explain like my feeling when I was at the launch party. So, if you guys didn't know, Tin and I went to the the launch party, the celebration of Desi and Katy's collaboration with Dose of Colors, and they gifted the entire collection to us. So I'm about to show you guys some swatches, my personal review on each product, and also a demo tutorial on this look that I did with the products from their collection, and a few other products that are obviously not a part of their collection. Obviously, the foundation, the contour, and everything is not a part of their collection. So I did use different products from different brands. I'm really excited to film this video. I tried to film this video on Sunday, the day after the launch party, and it just turned out to be a complete fail. So that had to be put on hold. So I refilmed it again, and I'm so excited. I just can't explain how I feel right now. But if you guys have been following me on like Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all that good stuff, you know that I have been pretty much using their products every time I have been applying makeup, and I love it. Dose of Colors is probably one of my favorite brands for highlighters and liquid lipsticks. Their shadows are also amazing, but the liquid lipsticks and highlighters from Dose of Colors are like my absolute favorite. So I knew that I would just love this collection just because I love Dose of Colors as a brand already. So I'm going to be talking about all the products that are featured in this collection. I will leave some timestamps in the description box in the video somewhere, just so like if you guys don't want to hear me talk about the products, you don't want to see swatches, you just want to see the tutorial, I'll put it down below just so that you guys can skip ahead. So I will show you what's inside the box. I'm really excited. This packaging is so pretty. It's rose gold, fits the whole theme. Yeah, I'm gonna open this very carefully because they are kind of loose and they've already fallen out of the box just because they're not in their actual like box packaging. But this is what it looks like right here. It's just like a picture of Katy and Desi, and then their products right here. As you can see, there's like a rose gold theme going on. The packaging is all rose gold. It's very shiny, glittery. So yeah, let's just get into talking about each product. I'm going to talk about these two products first. These are their highlighters, and they are in this sequins glitter type of packaging right here. These are the two highlighters right here. This is called Fuego, and this one right here is called Mirame. And I love how it comes with like a mirror. When I get like eyeshadow palettes or highlighters or even bronzers or even any compact that I have and it doesn't have a mirror, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like really, it just would help just a bit if you put a mirror in your packaging so that I could see what I'm doing just in case I need to use it on the go or something. So that's like a plus for me, having a mirror in the highlighters and the eyeshadow quad as well. Fuego right here is the lightest highlighter out of the two. It's still a nice pretty gold, but Mirame is just darker, as you can see. If you guys want to see like a comparison right here, alone, if I were to wear one of the shades alone, I would pick the darker highlighter just because of my skin tone, but I really love to mix these two together, and that's what I did for my highlight today. The shade right here is called Fuego. I'm gonna kind of show you a swatch of it, a finger swatch, which is not the best way, but this is what it looks like. It's super pigmented. I do some arm swatches, but I'm gonna have to use the front of my arm just because this side it's a little bit trickier. So this one right here is called Fuego, and this is what it looks like on my arm, on my skin tone. This is obviously the lighter shade of the two, like I said. And then we have Mirame right here. It's a bit darker. I want to say it's more like rose goldy than Fuego. Fuego is more like gold champagne. This one is more like rose gold highlight ish. So I'm so sorry for like the messy swatches. I'm filming without tin, and it's a mess because I have to like make sure everything's in focus. I have to get up and focus everything. So I'm trying my best. I'm so sorry. So these are the two highlights together. I'm so sorry for the weird positioning. But yeah, so this is Mirame and this one right here is Fuego. What I really like about these highlighters is that it is the Supreme Glow highlighter. And if you guys didn't know, but the Dose of Color Supreme Glow highlighter in Gold is the New Black is one of my favorite highlighters. It's just so intense, and you don't even need to wet a brush with like Fix Plus or anything like that to get like an intense color payoff. It's perfectly fine on its own on being used dry. It's just an intense glow. So this is used without any Fix Plus or anything. That's just something to make note of if you don't like that really intense highlight look. It's probably just to dip it in very lightly and then build that highlight up to your liking. Next is the eyeshadow quad from the collection, and it's in the same packaging as a highlight. It's obviously a little bit bigger because it's 4 eyeshadows in there. There are no matte shades, they're all shimmery. They're just a very intense color as well. Desi and Katy said that these eyeshadows are best applied with a finger, and then there are 2 shadows that are meant to be applied wet. Sue's is the first one. This shadow is meant to be applied wet. Then we have Noli, Turbosan, and Harpoon, and I believe Harpoon is the second shade that is meant to be applied wet, but all of them are meant to be applied with your fingers. You could also use a brush. I'm sure they work fine, but for like that intense payoff, they recommend that you use it with your fingers. I'm gonna swatch. This is, the first one is Sue's right here. And it's a very champagne, but it has like a tint of gold in it. This is what it looks like, and I didn't like wet my hands or anything. So this is Sue's dry. I'm gonna wet my fingers so you guys could see what it looks like wet. I just have like a cap full of water next to me. So obviously you could see that the wet side is way more intense than using it dry. But I mean, just your preference. I personally like to use it wet and with my finger, and that's what I did today on today's eye makeup look. Next one is Noli, which is, it looks very dark in the pan, but it's a really pretty bronze shade. In the pan, it looks like a dark brown, but when you swatch it, it's like the perfect bronze shade. So basically all the shades that are in the quad, which is basically named after all their dogs, basically the color is similar to the dog's coat. So very cute, interesting. That seems like something that I would do if I were to come out with like a makeup collab or eyeshadow quad. I would name all my products after my dogs, probably. So Sue's, like Zoe, is obviously like white ish, and that one's like close to her, like similar to her coat, and then Noli is obviously brown, and this one is close to her coat. Next up we have Turbosan, which is this one right here. This is what I used on my lids yesterday, and a lot of you guys actually wanted a tutorial on that, which I will be putting out sometime next week maybe, if I do get a chance to film the look this weekend. So this is Turbosan. It's like a purple base, but it has like some silver iridescence to it. So last but not least is Harpoon, which I have not used yet, but this is the other shade that you're supposed to use wet. This one's really pretty. It has like a hint of green in it. So these are all the shades together. They are really pigmented, so I would definitely recommend that you use them with your fingers just so that you could get that nice intense color payoff. um, I think I used one of it with a brush and it just looks so much better when you apply it with your fingers, but that's just my recommendation if you guys want to try it out and see what you like for yourself. So I'm going to move on to the lip products next. I'm going to talk about these two lipsticks first. They're just like your regular matte lipstick, and these two shades are both nudes. So we have More Creamer Please, which I have already used. On my skin tone, this looks more like a peachy-ish nude on me. But the packaging is really cute. It does have Desi and Katy signatures on it. I don't know if you can really tell because of the light, but yeah. So the finish of these lipsticks are matte, but they're like a comfortable matte. They're like a creamy matte. So that's just something to keep in mind. They're not like one of those drying liquid lipstick matte finishes. This one right here is No Shade. This is the lighter one of the two. This one is No Shade, and this one right here is More Creamer Please. I guess you could see More Creamer Please is darker than No Shade. The camera is not focusing. This is why I hate filming without tint. And what I really like about these lipsticks is that you could pair it off with a gloss, and that's what I'm going to be talking about next. This is the lip gloss that they came up with. This is okay, so this is the lip gloss that they created. It's really pretty. It looks gold in the tube, but it's actually a clear base with like gold glitter in it. That's what it looks like. You can't really tell on the back of my hand since I'm kind of dark. So yeah, so as you can see, there are some gold glitters in it, but overall it's just a clear base. I know it looks like brown, but that's just like my skin tone. So it's really, really pretty if you do pair it off with one of the nudes that they created. And then finally, we have the two liquid lipsticks that they created. I'm wearing Hot Fire right now, which is my favorite shade of the two, but Sauvage is also very, very pretty. They're both pretty much bold colors. So there's no nude liquid lipsticks that they came up with, just the creamy matte. So these are the two liquid lipsticks. This one right here is Hot Fire, obviously, and this one right here is called Sauvage. So they're both very bold, and they are basically the same formula of Dose of Colors. The liquid lipstick packaging, though, is a little bit smaller than your average Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. It's fine, though, I mean, but the wearability, like the wear of the liquid lipsticks, the formula is pretty much the same. So I love Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. It's my favorite. It's comfortable, and like I could eat and then the color is still on my lips. So I have no complaints. I wore both of these shades and they both looked fine after I ate and drank. So my personal thoughts on this collection, I love it. I think it's amazing, and I do think that the products are worth it, whether you get just one highlighter or whatever. I just think like all the products that are in the collection are amazing. And I just knew that I would fall in love with it because I already love Dose of Colors as a brand. So I knew what to expect when I saw like swatches of the highlighters and liquid lipsticks. So I personally think that it's an amazing collection. My most favorite thing of the collection, though, has got to be the highlighters and the lipsticks. That's just my personal preference. So if you guys wanted to know what I would buy if I had to pick like a few products, I would say the lipsticks and the highlighters. So this collection will be launching August 14th at 10 a.m. on the Dose of Colors website. It will also be available at Naimie's. I believe Desi said that you can purchase this as the whole collection. There will be an option that says add the whole collection to cart, and you could also purchase it individually, obviously. So with that being said, and knowing that you guys, that I love it already, if you guys want to learn how I got this look using their products, then just keep on watching. So I have already primed my eyes and I'm gonna get ready to apply my eyeshadow. I'm just gonna set that now with a translucent powder. Okay guys, so for the shadows, I'm gonna go with a really simple eye makeup look. So I'm probably gonna use around 3 or 2 shades. I'm gonna start off with the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette, and I'm gonna use the shade called Hashtag. And this will be applied to the crease. Next, I'm going to take the shade called Blazing by Anastasia. And this shade will be going underneath Hashtag to deepen up the crease. I'm going to start using the shadows from the Desi Katy collab, and I'm going to go in with the shade called Suze, which is this one right here. I have like a little cap right here filled with water. You're supposed to use Suze and I believe Harpoon wet. So I'm just gonna take my finger and dampen it in there and then pick some of the shade off the palette and then apply it to the lid. This is kind of where it got messy last time when I tried to film this look, because I usually get transfers like from shimmery shades like these, so but I can't prevent it. So we're just gonna do it and hopefully it looks okay. Patting that onto the lid. As you can see, it's super duper pigmented. So it's going to look a little messy when you're applying this on. It kind of just comes all together at the very end when you are putting on your falsies. I'm going to take the Makeup Shack crease brush that I used previously to apply Blazing, but I'm not putting any additional product on it. I'm just using the brush to blend out the edges so it could kind of make it look a little bit cleaner. I also do want to note the fallout that's underneath my eyes. If you guys can see the glitter specks that's resting underneath my eyes, it's not really a big deal for me. I could just like wipe it off if anything, or apply some powder underneath when I do my face makeup first and have my under eyes done. I'm basically just contouring my face now. I'm just using my Benefit Hoola bronzer with a Volare Cosmetics brush. Moving on to blush, I'm going to use my Blush It Like You Meant It by Dose of Colors in Statement. I'm going to apply this with a Marc Jacobs blush brush. So these are the two highlighters right here. This one right here is called Mirame and this one is Fuego. So if I were to wear one on its own, I would choose the darker one, which is this one right here. But personally, I like to mix them both together. I think they look really, really good mixed together. So that's kind of how I've been wearing it lately. So I'm going to do that for this tutorial. I am just applying this with my A23 brush by Anastasia, and I am lightly building this up. This does not need to be wet. It's really intense already on its own, which is why Dose of Colors remains one of my favorite highlighters ever. So you could see how intense that is without using Fix Plus, using a wet brush. It's just so pretty, dry, and intense on its own. You see what I mean by the creasing, like the transfer? So I'm gonna finish off the eyes now. I'm gonna start smoking on the bottom and then apply some falsies, and then we'll move on to the lips, and then we're basically done. It's super simple. Yeah, it's gonna be bold because we are gonna use the brightest lip I have ever seen in my damn life. Okay guys, so obviously we're gonna finish off the look with a lip color, and I'm gonna use Hot Fire, of course, from the collection. This is probably my favorite shade of lipstick out of their collection. Out of like the nudes and the darker one, this has got to be my favorite. It's just so pretty, and I don't really own anything like bright orange like this, so it's a fave. Look how bright it is. It's so bright. So this is gonna be the lip color that I'm gonna be using today. Alright guys, that wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial swatch mini review video. If you guys want to see more of these type of videos, give this video a thumbs up so that I know you guys want to see more of these type of videos rather than just like straight up makeup tutorials. I loved how this makeup look turned out. I love this lipstick color so much. I really wanted to go for like simple eyes and a bold lip, and it just worked out in the end. So I hope you guys enjoy this look. If you do recreate it, tag me on Instagram, Twitter, share on whatever social media that you follow me on. But if you don't follow me on any, you should definitely follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I love talking to you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.